morning. Good morning. And bang, bang, boom. How do I? That's interesting. All right. Let's switch over to the main. Actually, let's switch over to the scans first. So on the scans today, I'm seeing Serve leading the way, SERV. I had looked at the news a little bit. It was up 34%. And then we had this other one called K that's only up 7%. But it's got 10 million shares traded. Let's go and look at Serve real quick. Serve Robotics is something that we've seen pop over the last couple of weeks. Today, though, an hour ago, we see that Serve Robotics and Shake roll out autonomous robot delivery via Uber Eats. All right, so let's see. Select Shake Shack customers in Los Angeles area may receive their next order via a Serve robot. Serve continues to make progress towards its commitment to deploy up to 2,000 AI-powered sidewalk delivery robots. Interesting. Hopefully those robots don't get jumped. San Francisco leading an autonomous, or maybe they have like cameras all around it so it can take pictures of who it's actually seeing on the way there. Or maybe there's somebody remotely driving it. That could work too. Let's see, customers who order from select Shake shops, blah, blah, blah. So they're trying to get 2,000 robots out there by 2025, which is next year. Gonna see more and more robots taking over. Key features of Serve autonomous robots: quick and convenient, secure and contactless. So Serve robots are designed to maintain security of the food items during transit, providing a full contactless delivery option. Cost effective, yeah, of course. They don't have to hire anybody. Safe navigation systems equipped with advanced GPS technology and artificial intelligence. Cool. Eco-friendly solution. The all-electric robots will eliminate noise and congestion from crowded urban areas and help reduce the carbon footprint associated with traditional delivery methods. Interesting. Okay, so here's somebody getting theirs right there. I don't even know if it's going to pull up a mission. Okay. Shake Shack. Just imagine just walking down the street. You see this little robot with his little eyes scooting along with a freshly prepared meal. Anyway, let's go and look at K. What's going on with K here? Kellanova common stock. Not a super big gap. Only up 7%. It says Mars. Mars is the it's like candy bars and stuff. To acquire Kellanova, one day ago they had a one-of-a-kind retreat suite by Rice Krispie Treats. Is here to inspire fans to take one more sweet vacation this summer. And then the other news was back in August 5th, or back on August 5th. Pop-Tarts debuts its largest toaster, blah, blah, blah. Kellanova report. So it had its earnings report on August 1st. We will see what is going on today, though. Not So one of the things that I've been focused on is one, getting back to just getting out. You know, one of the biggest things is letting them run against me, letting things run against me, but I'm just putting my break even. Once I'm green on the trade, put the break even in, let it play. If it does break down, hey, I'm just break even on the day. I'm basically just average on the day, right? No harm, no foul. Because a lot of times I was letting those things run against me, and it was absolutely destroying my profits. So getting back to just getting out, being okay with just getting stopped out. All right, serve went even higher, went all the way up to 14.25. Moved from 11, well, moved from down here at 10, so a $4 move during pre-market on that robotics news. 5 million shares traded on it. Has a ATR from yesterday of 291. It probably will be higher than $3 today, and we'll see what happens with that one. Back over to the scans, and the SPY was kind of looking like it wanted to go flat today. Let me look at the SPY and the QQs. So the SPY had a huge move up yesterday from 33s all the way up, so a $10 move up there, and kind of taking a little flat motion, consolidation motion in here in pre-market, and now it's looking like it's testing this 543 again. Let's look at the Qs. Qs with the same motion. Yeah, I got chopped up on the Qs and all of that stuff because I was trading them when they wasn't gapping or anything. They just go. They kind of just make the decision to explode. But I rather see them actually gapping, actually filling gaps and things like that. It's a little bit more predictable, I would say, than when they're just in motion chopping around. But they do have some really big ranges though. Let's see what else we got. The other thing that I was looking at in my trading is I've been taking a lot more trades, just kind of getting in, and I think it isn't a bad thing taking the trades if I get to break even, get to my green, get to break even, and don't let them fall against me. Because a lot of times I'm up green, I'm up pretty good green, 100, 200, $300, and then I'm like, okay, let's see if it can go higher, right? And two things: I have to get that break even in there, and I have to take profit as we get those new breaks. Because a lot of times I'm just kind of like, maybe it'll hold up here, and then it snaps back, and I'm like, well, there goes my profit. There goes my profit. So getting back to the original plan is the plan. Serve dropping back under 14. It is 8:04 right now, about 26 minutes until the open. And it's about to get real. Okay, as far as volume goes, who's leading the day on volume? NVIDIA up 2%. Not a whole big gap. Let's go and see if NVIDIA had any news on it. Okay, last news was on July 31st for NVIDIA. That's probably why it's not gapping crazy. And then we have SOXL, which is just following the SPY. Serve, we already looked at. TQQs, we looked at. No big gaps there. And then below that, everything's like only 1 million shares traded. I'm looking for that pre-market excitement on a gapper. A true gapper. And NVIDIA, most of its gaps, its real serious gaps are like 4 to 5% out of pre-market, and then it kind of plays the game. K, I really don't know about that one. I've watched and traded NVIDIA though. SOXL Haven't seen it do any big gaps either, but looks like it's trying to make its way up with 12 million shares on it. Let's pop around to the news on today. Nasdaq and BlackRock team up. The first Ethereum spot exchange traded product. So if you're into Ethereum, there you go. Marking a critical milestone in the progression of financial markets toward a digital future. Warren Buffett, 14 simplest pieces of money advice that can work for anyone. Okay. Inflation holds steady in July for sure. Looks like she's buying that was that Whole Foods or something? I don't know what that is back there. Let's see what we got here. Mars to acquire Kellanova, front page of Yahoo. But it's an acquisition, so I don't know how it's going to act out. How much cash should I have on hand? Okay. Let's see what they say about this. According to an analysis by Capital One, 47.8% of American adults make no cash purchases in a typical week. And in the US, an estimated 87.4% of all transactions are cashless. With card and digital payments, here's a look at the benefits and drawbacks of carrying cash and how to go about deciding how much you should keep on hand. Cash may no longer be king, but it's not obsolete by any means. Okay. Experts say it's common for most Americans to carry 20 to 30 in cash. That's crazy. I hadn't seen that in a while. Ultimately, however, the amount of cash you should have depends on your unique financial situation. Interesting. Pros and cons. Having some cash in your wallet can be helpful when you find yourself in a situation where a merchant or retailer doesn't accept cards or digital payments. But there are definitely downsides to carrying cash too. POS systems can crash. Point of sale systems can crash. I remember we had an outage at what was it, Kroger or something like that, and they started taking cash. But I mean, the lights came back on and everybody flipped their cards back out. So, avoid ATM fees. Pulling out money from in-network ATM ahead of time allows you to avoid ATM fees if you end up needing cash in a pinch. Can be safer way to pay. Each time you swipe your card, you could be putting yourself at risk of ATM skimming. Well, this is if you're not using a credit card. You're using a debit card, then, some merchants are cash only. Okay, so cons, no fraud protection. May not be accepted everywhere. Difficulty tracking spending. And your budgeting apps, no interest earnings. So basically, you're just spending $1 and losing a whole dollar. All right. ENT way. To jump back over here to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still leading the way with almost 20 million shares traded on today. And it'll kind of depend on what the SPY wants to do over here. The SPY is not gapped up big or anything like that. It's kind of just in this flat range. And let me go and look at the higher time frames to see what's going on out here on the SPY. Starting with the monthly, popped up from 510 all the way back up to 542. Really bullish looking candle right there. That's a lot of work to try to get back down to the 511. So definitely a bullish looking chart, especially with this already bullish pattern that it was already in. Let's see. And let's see, SPY. Last week was a nice green pop back to fill this gap. and now it is at the 541s. Top of this previous candle is what, 546, and it's at 542 right now. So about $4 to start working its way back into some of this fallout that it had back here. Okay, so it's filled almost all the gaps. So it gapped down all the way down here, filled this first one. And I thought I was getting in looking for it to fail the first one, and I just had to cut that. I had to cut my losses on that on the inverses and things like that. And then it came back and then filled this one. So now it's got, well, it's almost filled it up to the 543. I guess it did fill it, but yes, fill those gaps. And I'm wondering now that it's done that, is it going to go bearish? But I'm not going to jump the gun. I want to see things start to gap or start to really take off in another direction before I'm like, okay, this looks bearish. It's starting to work its way back down into maybe the 530s, or and it's a little gap right here too, from 534 up here to 536. This wick, I kind of just look at the bodies of the candles where they ended up closing. Let me clear this drawing set right here and here. I want to see it try to come back to these levels, maybe 536s, and try to come down, but maybe it won't. We will see though. All right, let's jump back over here to the mains. Nvidia is pretty dependent on the SPY that we've seen the past couple of weeks. When the SPY is dropping, Nvidia and all the tech stocks are dropping. But when the SPY is sitting still, it could become a chop factor for Nvidia. So I'll be very careful with the SPY looking like it's looking right now. It's going to have to make a decision to either really take off or just stay stagnant. And I'm just going off of what I've seen the past couple of weeks. I mean, if I wasn't there, then I just wouldn't have that insight, right? That's why we show up. We make sure we are looking over the market, seeing how things are reacting, and going from there. There's definitely some interest on Nvidia right now. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll watch Nvidia since it's the top volume, and I'll watch Serve, SEVR, out of the open. That's the robotics company, and we'll see if anything else pops through. Kellogg's or Kellanova, that was just an acquisition, so I'm not really too excited about that. And then SOXL following the SPY very strongly. If the SPY goes stagnant, SOXL is going to go stagnant as well. So actually the SPY looks like it's turning over, going a little bit red right now. Okay. I don't even know if these wicks are real. This could be just dark pool movement on the SPY. This high was at 543, but the bodies are down here at 543 flat. So we'll see how it ends up holding at 543 whole dollar level. Got about 15 minutes to the bell. Serve coming back up to 14 flat. Had a previous high of 1430s. Point of control looking like 1368 there. value level. We'll have to see when that opens up. We'll love to see it with some more volume, but it may be a reason that it doesn't have a whole lot of volume. It is hump day. Hump day is one of those days where either I make money because I put a stop in and I trail very, very tightly, or I lose money because I let something run against me thinking it's gonna, pull back up or, get back aggressive, is what I've been seeing in my data. So got to be careful on Wednesdays. If I'm going to take a trade, definitely slap that stop in and say, hey, you can stay green. Stay green. If you can't, I'm out of here. I'd rather just be sitting at 0 on the day flat than taking a big loss. If you guys are seeing anything else in any of the other caps or anything that is tradable, definitely let me know, whether it's crypto or whatever. We can look at all of that. Pull up my trading view. We can get into it. My trading view. Trading view. I always forget that. Okay, Solana's still looking crazy. US oil, it's not been back up yet. SPY and Q, let's look at Atom still going down. Bitcoin going towards 61s. Wow, diesel absolutely dumped. Interesting. All this stuff is down and my dividend stocks are up. But it's because crypto is so strong, still so strongly tied to the regular market. Once they kind of break off, it's going to be a lot better. When people are more comfortable in crypto and things like that, maybe. But, market dumps, market goes up, market does whatever it does. It harshly affects crypto. People get scared. They start pulling money. They get brave. They start dumping money into it, All right, we got about 10 minutes to the bell. NVIDIA. Whoa, where'd it go? I just had NVIDIA up here. NVIDIA coming up to this level that is tested a couple of times here at the 118s. Where's 120s though? 120s is quite a bit of ways away. It's been making lower highs here, kind of double topped on these previous candles with a big pushback, but continues to come back up here towards this 118.62. It does not have news though. Last news on it was on July 31st, 15 days ago. So no catalyst to make it just explode, but doesn't mean it can't do it. But seeing a lot of wicks on these candles, and I've made the mistake a couple of times just looking at the candles, seeing the wicks and being like, I think it could still, I think this is still a good thing. But the thing is with the wicks, it's unpredictability that really hurts me. Like I see these wicks and I'm like, man, it can get over this. It gets over this just a little peep and then crashes back down because it's like short sitting at each one of these levels. And they've got their stops up here. This would probably be their ultimate stop, maybe like 118.99 or whatnot. And as long as it continues going down, they have no reason to sell, right? And if it does pop back up over one of these highs, they add to their position as long as it doesn't break that high. And I'm like, I don't want to be buying this breakout and then they just sell their, they're just selling to me and crashing me down. Especially without a catalyst. Now, if there's a reason for it to push out, it's a good percentage chance that they're going to get pushed out of their positions and it's going to break new highs. Serve coming on down. So we got 14 flat right here. It's one level that it's struggling with. I would say this is a zone, not just an exact level, but this is like a whole dollar that I like to keep in mind. So I put a little something there to be able to see it. I'm gonna clear this drawing set too. So 14 flat. Going on down there. Core's making its way up there. What is this thing? CORZ. 890 of 5% though. Does it have any news on the day? We've seen it pop before. Core Scientific. All right, Core Scientific prizes upsize 400 million convertible senior notes offering. So that was 9 hours ago. 17 hours ago, Core Scientific Inc. to participate in the 44th annual Canaccord Genuity Growth Conference. Interesting. I don't know what that would be. Growth of what? Okay, Core Scientific is a leader in digital infrastructure for Bitcoin mining and high performance computing. Okay, so this is crypto. Interesting. And this is on this is August 14th. So they have a conference today at 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Then what's this other one? Core Specific, or is Core Scientific prices upsize 4 million convertible senior notes? Is there a specific price they're aiming at? Okay, so stock 1,000 principal represents a initial conversion price of $11 per share, and it's at $8.92 right now. Okay, we'll see how that works out for them. Only 2 million shares traded right now, but making some moves up here. Just a little bit, not crazy, only up 5%. ATR is right at $1. And still Serve is looking the best on the day right now. Coming on up, getting more trading volume. We have about 6 minutes to the bell. That's like 6 minutes, 5 minutes to the bell. Hitting this little low here of 1365, right around that point of control, 1368, popping back up there. So can it hold above its point of control here? 1368. Now this is the point of control for the 15-minute. Could be different on lower time frames, the 5, the 1, and things like that. But we'll see. Donnell, you said SGD sub dollar. Let's go look at that. SGD. Okay. This one came up from 24 cents, went all the way up to 52 cents there on SGD. It's looking like a low float. Let me go look at what this thing is. SGD, very low float, under 20 million outstanding shares. 17 million traded on it, up 83% on the day. It's about 3 minutes left until the open. Let me see if I can look into this real quick. SGD, what is this thing? Safe and Green Development Corporation common stock. 27 minutes ago, Safe and Green Development Corporation secured strategic investment of up to 10 million from Arena investors. And then the last news was on July 25th. Let's look into this. Safe Green Development Corporation announces successful closing of strategic blah, blah, blah. Okay. Arena Global Institutional Asset Manager with approximately 3.5 billion of assets under management is known for its expertise in providing creative capital solutions. Maxim Group LLC was sole placement agent in connection with the offering. In addition to the potential to accelerate SG DevCo's growth, one of the key advantages of this investment by Arena is expected to be the company's access to Arena's real estate focused capabilities. All right, where are the numbers though? Let's see, financing ability, blah, blah, blah. The initial funding amount is 1.38 million with the access to subsequent tranches up to a total of 10.27 million subjects or subject to various conditions. I wonder what those conditions are. Everything says is subject to various conditions. So I'm guessing they've got to keep up their end of the bargain to make whatever this thing is happen. Okay. Got about 2 minutes to the bell. Jumped up there. It's back to 76% right now. 18 million shares traded. ATR from yesterday was 3 cents. So average true range within a day is moving 3 cents. And let's see, it'll probably be higher because of this gap up. It may be 4 or 5 cents here on the average true range. We have about a minute left, and I'll watch these out of the open. I'm gonna watch Serve out of the open first to see if it just dumps off the scene. It's got 6 million shares traded on it. It's got the robotics, it got the AI. So I wonder if the shorts are gonna attack it first. It has ATR of almost $3, and so I'm gonna watch that one first, and then I'm gonna flip back over here to SGD. Want to see if those shorts get active out here. It's got to hold up 1368. All right, here goes the open. We're going to get our ATRs out here real quick. Bam. Okay, so ATR basically is the high of day. Is the full ATR, and then the the first bullish one is around 414 flat. Doing some movement, but still within the previous candle here. Having a little bounce down. So that 1368 was its point of control, and it's looking like it wants to try to take it out, but not quite. Bouncing off of that level. All right, up there very quickly to the first ATR high and almost tapping the full one. Okay, over the full one there. And that's the high of day that it just breached. So now the question is, can it hold up? Can it hold above, its point of control, which is 1368 here? And wow, it is kind of looking bullish. Very big range there, popping from 14 all the way up here to 1446, but coming back to the point of control again. All right, and there's the breach of the point of control, getting on down there to the ATR lows. So under here, I'm like, okay, this is the backside of the move. We just got to kind of play very carefully and take what we can, because the majority of the move is going downwards. So it'll probably give some type of pops. It's got $2.99 in the ATR as well. So it can definitely give some pretty good pops, maybe 10, 20, 30 cents on the backside of the move, but you just got to take what you can get on this one. All right, let's flip back over to SGD. SGD here, ATR high is at the 45, ATR low is at the 38. Has an average true range today of 4 cents. So we'll see what happens there. Doesn't want to get back to just moving 3 cents and get really choppy, or doesn't want to open up and do something. But right now it's going towards those ATR lows, so I'm thinking backside of the move. Let's flip over to NVIDIA and the SPY as well. NVIDIA going towards those lows, but the SPY is moving upwards, so that's kind of weird. Is the SPY really trying to be bullish today? SPY had the ATR up here of 543, came back below, doesn't want to go towards those lows. We don't know. We'll see though. SPY didn't really make a big gap at all. It looks like it wants to pull a red or a green to red move very quickly. It could, so we'll see what happens there. And let's go back over to Serve. Serve getting destroyed through the ground right now. Huge backside movement. Came up here, hit the ATR highs, had a little bit of idea, but now really certifying that it's on the backside of the move, getting under these levels. So moved. We had the whole dollar up here at 14, fell all the way to 13 flat. But we don't know where the new point of control is. The old point of control is up there at the 1368, which is quite a bit of work for it to get back up there. So we'll have to see where the new one comes in, where the new volume is being traded. It looks like a lot is right around the 13 flat. All right, back up to SGD. Continue to push down as well. And now the SPY is pushing down as well. So it looks like it's going to go ahead and do that move we were talking about, trying to go red on the day. Breakdown of 542.37. Let's see. So the first bearish is 542.61, and then the full bearish 542.37. So I'm kind of thinking in my head, oh, this is the backside of the move. It's going to be going down. And on this serve, never did. I thought it was going to have higher relative volume than this. It's not above average relative volume. Not even 1 times or 2 times its average. So not too impressive there. And the standard deviation is normal as well. So too normal on that one. Course, ATR a little bit low, but too normal on this one as well. K was an acquisition. We're not worried about that one. PLTR, pretty normal as well. CCL, okay. So we'll see if the SPY wants to flip. It looks like it's flipping red right now. And so the inverses will probably be something to be watching on today. With SOX, SOS, SOXS. Let's go look at that one. Oh my goodness, if I can click it, it keeps popping around. All right. There we go. SOX right there. SOXS coming on up here. Trying to stay up. Oh boy. But we don't know what's going to go on. It could hold these levels. It is above its ATR high, but it is red on the day for now until the SPY decides if it wants to stay red on the day, and it continues to pop back up green. Look at this big pop back up on the SPY. Bounce down here to 541. and then jumped all the way back up $1 into this level. It needs to hold below the 542s for SOX to really do anything on the day. But yeah, it's having some pretty big pops back in here, coming back green pretty heavily. So I don't trust that. That's a huge wick. Huge wicky candle. All right, back over to serve. Still not looking great. Okay, course. Came up here and failed this level, 903s. Still up 6%, but the volume is not looking great. Whoa. PLTR took quite a bit of a move out from the 30s up here to the 31s. Has a beta score of almost 2. So it follows the SPY pretty strongly. So if the SPY continues down, I would expect that one to be going down too. Only at 1% on that one. Not a huge, and like I said, I want to focus more on trading those gappers. And right now, SOX isn't a gapper that's green on the day. It's already red on the day. So I don't want to get tripped up trading something red on the day like I have in past days, because the SPY is looking like it's going to dump. Then it turns around and takes my shoestrings, and I'm just like, yeah, shouldn't have traded it. Want to stick to what's green, want to stick to what's gapping. Back over to SGD. Continue down below this level, down here to the 32s. Serve though, we'll see how it ends up holding this level of the 1270s. Will it continue to stay down here and test this level? More and more volume coming in, but the point of control still has not moved on the 15-minute. I don't even know why that. What is flute? What's this thing? Something called flute is up right now. It doesn't have a whole lot of volume, only 1 million shares traded, but it's moving for some reason. Let me see, does it have any catalysts on today? FLUT. Flutter Entertainment. Why is it moving like this? 17 hours ago. Oh, earnings. All right. Well, it's got earnings moving up there, broke out of these highs right here of the 211s, and is getting pushed back towards those 211s. Not a whole lot of volume, but it popped up on the scans. I'm guessing maybe I'm trying to understand why it's up here, because it doesn't have that much volume. So I don't know. Something about it is crazy. Serve still down here under the bottoms. We'll see if it can go ahead and break down this 13 flat. Has a previous bottom here of the 1268, but still waiting to see where people are going to come into agreement on it, as far as volume and trading. And still popping back above these ATR lows, but it hasn't crossed back over, what is this, it's 1363 yet, to start to turn towards the highs. K coming on up. Quarks ended up crashing out. CCL. Nvidia, what you end up doing? Nvidia just crashed out. Okay. And then SPY just sitting sideways, so no real excitement on any of the inverses or anything like that for me. So at this point, I'm thinking no trade to right now. I just don't see anything that's going to capture me, right, and make me be like, oh yeah, I want to trade that, because everything's crashing out and it's not meeting my criteria here. So kind of just staying away from it. Let's look back over at SGD, still just floating around this 34 cents. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for the stream. I'm about to jump over to my morning meeting. For now, I mean, maybe Serve does something later on, but I don't know. Maybe Nvidia or something. But as long as the SPY is coming down. As long as the SPY continues to act crazy and come and keeps doing green to red and red to green, it's gonna be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Pulled all the way back up here, and now it's coming down here. And now SOXS is green on the day now, and about to close this candle here. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out. We have a top here of 26 that is coming up to well above the ATR highs. So this one looks pretty good as the SPY comes down. And so the bottom of this would be a 50-cent risk on SOXS to see if it can actually continue throughout the day. But I mean, you know, it can do whatever it wants. I'm just going to be watching and seeing if it can actually stay green and the SPY can continue to go down below 540s. And it looks like it is. Okay, so I'll be watching SOXS and seeing what that one wants to do. Anyway, got to get on to this meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And as always, the SPY, it's always playing games with me. I'm always like, oh yeah, this is going down, and then it switches. So I just want to be careful with it. May take a small position on, or not small position, may take a position on XOS and just slap in a break even stop and say, hey, if it stops me out, cool. If it doesn't, let it run. Anyway, that's it for me today. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.